Howdy all Mojang Lives. I think it's time to play a little Minecraft. Alright. Yeah. So as you can see, I've got no stuff. I had basically unloaded everything but my weapons and tools. So I didn't lose, like anything that I was working on back at the, Guardian Farm. And I went to do some Nether exploration, since this patch is all new Nether stuff. And I dug straight down. A single block. In the new Crimson Forest. And there was like a 20-foot drop, or 20-block drop, under that single block, which killed me. And by the time I got back, all my stuff was gone, so I just flung myself in the lava to come back home. So I will need some food, obviously. We're gonna need some of my diamonds. We don't have many left, do I? I've been dying too much lately. So we need a couple for a sword, shovel, an axe. Oh, that leaves me with so few diamonds. We're gonna need some wood here to make some sticks with. Oh, dude, you know what? I am like no armor. What is it, like 24 to make armor? Chest, pants, boots, and helmet. Yep, 24. Oh, while I was there, I probably should have made my tools. Sticks. We got pickaxe. We've got a sword. We've got... Ooh, I can't work sticks. There we go. An axe and a shovel. Sword. Pickaxe. Shovel. Axe. Put on my armor. Ooh, we need some torches. Is there anything else? Oh, I need a bow and some arrows. So I need some string, and then we'll go get some arrows. So new Nether stuff. I was checking it out. Haven't been able to find a warp forest yet. And I have not found any netherite, but I did find the other two. And so I do want to go back in because I want to get some of that new soul soil, because you can make some pretty cool torches and stuff with it. It sounds like. I might need to spend some time down here too. Not in this episode, but get my levels back up. Yeah, I still got cold. Came back on Wednesday. I think it's just about done. Well, it's not about done, but it's a lot better today than it was yesterday. It's hard for me to talk down here though. I've got a guy doing some house remodeling for us. Not remodeling, I guess, so much as repairs. So it's weird, and there's this thing that runs along the length of the room that covers the main drain out of the house, and it's drywall, but it's not like it's like this it's kind of like if it's kind of like this. So this is my ceiling, and then that is a drywall part that covers the main drain out of the house. And well, whoever installed it didn't do it right, and so that was one of the things he was working on. But he's got a bunch of boards. Uh, what happened was it got wet, and whoever installed it didn't didn't make a frame, and then put the drywall over the frame. Instead, they screwed the drywall directly in, and the drywall is the only thing holding it up. So when the drywall got wet, it pulled through the nails and started drooping down. And so I put a board underneath of it to hold it up. And so it's not the job we hired him for, because it's been like that for a long time. But I wanted him to work on that, and so he came over and worked on it yesterday. But he brought a bunch of boards that he had cut, and so they're covered in sawdust, and so they're down here. So the air is it's sucking the moisture out of the air, so it's very dry, and there's like sawdust smell, and it's dusty, and it's really kicking up this cold even worse than it was, I think. So here is Crimson Forest. There's a few new things here. We've got the Crimson Stems here, which actually turn into wood and stuff. Or it is wood. It's like a tree. I think you're just a regular mushroom, right? You're just a toadstool. Yep, red mushroom. This stuff here is weeping vines, and then we've got crimson roots, just like the grass here. These are nether wart blocks, so that's not new, but they're what top? I thought you could break those back down. Weird. They're what top the crimson stems. Oh, and then we got mushroom lights, which have the same light radius apparently as glowstone. There's a hoglin. I killed one earlier. It drops rotting flesh, and it's non-aggro even when you're hitting it. It doesn't care. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with them. Oh, and I probably want to get some of this Nilium. Man, what is the... Oh, I think that was one of the new mushrooms. Yep, crimson fungi. That's what these are. Crimson stems. There's also warped stuff, and I have seen it. So we'll probably... No, I've not seen the warped biome, but I have seen the warped mushrooms, the warped fungi. So I don't know what the warped looks like. I haven't seen it. I also haven't seen any netherite, which is supposed to come from ancient debris. Or ancient debris. I don't think that was plural. I don't think debris is a word. But we gotta figure out where my path is. Okay, I put down torches. So... Oh, okay, it's over here. There's also basalt. You can see there's a basalt pillar. Here is the Soul Sand Valley. And then this stuff here is the brand new Soul Soil. Okay, that's not very fast. That's the same speed. Oh, you saw blue fire. This is why I want to get some of this. I want to try out the torches and stuff. But yeah, we got a guy. I didn't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. So we got a guy to come over and to remodel the bathroom. And so while we're waiting for the bathroom to get fixed, he's working on a couple other things that are annoying that I wasn't sure what to do about. And so, yeah, I had a ghast attacked me. Whoops. Right here on this dealio. But yeah, so that's about all I've seen so far because I cannot figure out where the or I've not been able to find where the no, this isn't right. I had this problem last time is I don't know where I left from here. Oh, it's right here. Duh. So I guess we can talk a little bit about D&D. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But we did... we're in the final chapter now of this particular campaign. And so I'll be glad when this one's done. I haven't enjoyed it. I don't think it's very... I hate to say this about a professionally made thing. I just don't think it's... I don't think D&D campaigns are put together the greatest. Like, I like the source books, which, you know, give you, like, here's the world, and here's where different things might exist, and here's some of the cultures. There's a warped fungi right there. I have not seen what they turn into. I'm going to take them back to the overworld, though, where I have my stuff, and see if I can get some of this to grow out there. I think it does. But yeah. Like I said, I've not found the other stuff. It's supposed to be everywhere. The debris. The ancient debris that you know, but I haven't seen it. So I just don't know. I assume it's going to be like quartz, right? Well, it sounds like ancient debris that it's going to be like a block. And so I'd like to get some of this netherite so I can see how it upgrades diamond, but... I did run into... I like how my discussion on D&D has collapsed. I did find out that my fire damage was turned off, so I had to turn that back on when I fell in the... Well, I threw myself in the lava so I could just go back home. And then I just spent all my time just sitting in the lava. I'm like, well, I should have drowned or something at this point. So I turned back on drowning damage, turned back on fire damage. So I don't know why all those settings got turned off. It's really weird. Now that's quartz, right? Okay. I don't know what ancient debris looks like. So it could totally be something I've seen and just missed. I want to go up. But the trick to the D&D adventure books is that they don't guide you step by step through what you're supposed to do. And so maybe you have issues playing the. I'd love to get some of this basalt too. And so like I DM some D&D games, but mine are homebrew, which means I just use the source information and then I change it. So like the big thing you're after when you're homebrewing is like this is a list of bad guys that are available, and here are their abilities and their statistics for your players to fight against. And and so that's really what I'm looking for when I get a source book, or maybe some ideas or some magic items, or something along those lines. And so when you get these adventure books, then you're not trying to homebrew, and you want the. Is this not where I came from? I feel like this is where I came from. And and so you would expect the adventure guides would, walk you through how to run the quest, and they sort of do, but they don't. They don't do it comprehensively, and so, uh, yeah, you'd think that I at least see some of that ancient debris stuff somewhere. I don't know what it looks like, so I don't. Well, look at you with your little magic sword. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for, and that is an issue. Uh, and now I'm lost again. Oh, no, right there. I'm not lost again. And so, like the one we're working on, for example, has got four possible bad guys, and and so the person running the game, the DM, they have to choose one or whatever, and so then I think the idea is that the DM then takes the boss they want and weaves it into the rest of the story. So the book doesn't do that for you. And so our DM either won't or can't do that. And there's nothing wrong if you can't do that. Not everybody's going to be able to if everybody could do that, then everybody would be writing books, right? And but we don't, because we all can't. And so and so the problem is that the guide is not written in a way that tells a story, which I feel a campaign should do. And so the story that we've gotten is not a comprehensive story. It's a disjointed mess of individual quests that don't relate to each other and don't make any sense because there's no context to them. And so, like, chapter 1 is the introductory quest. Man's disappeared. You get hired to find him. And in the process of trying to find him, you discover that he's been abducted because they thought he was somebody else. And so, alright, I'm going to get some bones for some bone meal. I'm going to try to grow one of these, or both of these, out here. and see what they look like, if they'll even grow in the overworld. And so, when you rescue that guy, you discover the main story, which is that the previous head of the council stole a bunch of money, and they want his money. And so they have learned that there is this stone that will oh, it totally does grow in the overworld pretty easily there. Okay, and then we'll do one over here for the other one. I only brought back one of these warped fungi, and I've never seen one as a tree, so... Oh, you are... Yeah, I've never seen warped fungi. Crazy. Well, they grow pretty easily. What if I put down some more and then put you on it? Oh, you won't go on it. Never mind. What if I put you on it? Well, and then I put a torch right down it. Actually, you'll just grow. You don't care. These weaving vines are cool looking. Alright. Alright, yeah, let's go see about making one of these, lanterns. I need some coal or some charcoal. It was the one part that I was missing. So you do soul soil, coal, no. Soul soil, coal, and a stick. And they give you soul fire torches. Or you can do... Oh, I lost my thingy. You forgot your thingy. I need a... But so we rescue this guy, and then the next chapter is just all these unrelated, silly, pointless quests, because the next chapter is just a list of possible quests you can have your players do, and instead of turning that into something related to the storyline, our DM just told us, yeah, you're not going to be able to find any information, and so you're just going to have to do all these other quests. And so then I need more iron here. So then we I think it's nuggets, right? It's like isn't like nuggets around a torch? No. Yes. Aw. I was gonna make a blue one hang off the bottom of the yellow one. And so we just run around and we do stuff that our DM did not make related to anything going on. And in the book doesn't really lay that out for you. And so, if he can't or isn't willing to make it into a story, I don't understand why the adventure book doesn't. And then, and they're all like that. They're all these disjointed collection of quests for the most. Well, that's not true. There are some that are what are called linear that take you from one quest to the next directly. And I'm not saying I want them all to be like that, but you could at least, have a couple of lines here and there that'd be like, and this is the list that you want if you went with this bad guy, or this is how you could possibly tie them together. None of that is really in there from what I've seen, and so our DM just running them directly as they're written in the book. And well, that's not true. He's using this guide, which isn't doing a good job of making it into a story either. And so so we do weird stuff like go help an old lady with a monster chasing her cat. That has nothing to do with anything. Go talk to a hermit on top of a mountain. That doesn't have anything to do with anything. Go talk to a dragon in the bay who likes treasure, who likes sunken ships and likes to look in them for treasure. Never going to come up again. And so I don't understand why we had to do those because they don't have anything to do with the story. Yep. So there's your soul, soil, torch, soul, soil, lantern, soul, soil, fire in my backyard. We got the crimson. Oh, right. I don't have another warped thing. I don't know how this stuff works. Like, how do I break this up to get its insides out? You know what I mean? Like, isn't there a way to... It doesn't give up fungi. So, what if I hit it with... Nope, just put a torch on there. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how to, I don't know how to get... I don't want to break this, man. I'm just gonna have to go get more fungi. I do have some crimson stem, though, so I do want to take a look at what that looks like as different things. But so then we did a bunch of random quests after we rescue that guy, and we find out about the Stone of Galore. Stone of Galore tells you where the treasure's hidden that the guy embezzled, which is the main part of the quest. And nope, that's not what I wanted. We want to see... Let's use this saw. Do I have a saw? Is my saw broken? My saw is not here. I don't know where I was using it, but it's gone. Must have broke. So I want to see slabs. We got planks. It makes stairs. I think it'll do fences. That's a gate. And so then we get out of chapter 2, which is just a bunch of unrelated quests because the DM didn't make them related. It's very purple. Yeah. All right. I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do this. just make a new one. It's very blue. It's turquoise. Cyan, whatever this color is. And so then chapter 3, chapter 3 I think was the worst because someone came to give us the stone, right? Oops, I totally did not make a gate like I was attempting to. And so it's very, very confusing to me because the um, the they killed him to try and get the stone, and then somebody ran off with the stone, and then a robot also appeared and was after the stone, and I just don't get the robot part. And so we chase that person. Oh no, we're not allowed to chase that person, so instead we have to go after the robot part. And I'm just like, I don't. And so we have to go to this temple that's never been mentioned before or since in the quest. And yeah, so there's the 2 new woods. They're strange. There's the new fires. And then I destroyed my poor tree. So yeah, so we go deal with the temple. They want their robot destroyed. We have to chase down the robot. We get a detector for it. It's super annoying. It's super annoying. Even in the book, it seems super annoying to me. Because it's not like... So you only have so much time to play D&D, right? It's not like you're constantly playing D&D. And so it's not fun for me to show up for a D&D session where we only get to play like 2 hours a week. And then sit around going, where should we go? And then be like, oh, here's a bunch of dice rolls to see what happens. Oh, you didn't find the robot in this spot. Where do you want to search for the robot now? Oh, you didn't find the robot in this spot. Where do you want to search now? Oh, well, it's taking you guys 2 hours to search 3 sections of the city. There's still 7 more sections to go, so I guess next week we'll be searching for that robot some more. Right, and so there's a lot of that stuff in this adventure book. And I hate it. I just want to go do stuff. And I feel like I have a clue in the first quest, and we should just be going after that. But our DM's like, no, you're not allowed to go after the clue in the first quest. If we know Xanathar wants the stone, and we know 2 people related to the stone, then I feel like that's enough to have a quest for, or a story for searching for the stone, but that's not how this adventure works. So we find the robot, it's got a map. Of course, our DM tells us that it's going to take 5 days for his character to determine what the map means. Although in the book it just says the map tells you where to start the end of the game. So then we go and we do these other silly quests that have nothing to do with anything. Talk to a dragon, deliver potions, just stuff that's got nothing to do with the treasure that we're supposed to, or the treasure that started the whole thing. Nothing we have done so far relates to the main bad guy. And then he gives us this quest last week. We have to go to an elven party because there might be dark elves there, and they want us to see if there are dark elves. You know what? I'm going to go back in the Nether and get some more of those mushrooms while I'm talking here. And so we go to the party. We don't know what to do. I have a fighter. Not sure how a fighter is supposed to get information out of elves at a party about whether or not they're dark elves. And I told the DM, I'm like, I don't know how our party's supposed to do that. We've got a thief, a bard who's into combat because he wants to be a hero, a fighter, and a guy who makes robots. Which part of those four sounds like I should send my players on a quest to try and figure out who's a dark elf at a party of elves? And so we try a bunch of different stuff. None of it works. DM takes his character into the bathroom and casts Detect Magic, and then comes back out and then tells us who has magic items that he shouldn't have, which is the only way we were able to finish that. And then he's like, I know it wasn't really the, sit up for our group, but I thought it would be a fun way to introduce the other bad guys who aren't going to be the main bad guy for this quest. I'm like, no, this was terrible. It's terrible, dude. Can we just do something? I don't understand this incessant desire to constantly make us do things that aren't related to the story. And so then we leave the party, and then we start the end of the quest. So now Xanathar is the guy that's been chosen as our bad guy, and so Chapter 4 of the book is very about whichever bad guy was chosen. And so it stops being this running around doing random things and goes into a series of 8 quests that are directly connected to each other. And so the map that we found takes us directly to this woman, and that woman, I forgot to check out basalt and what I could do with it. Doesn't look like I can do anything with basalt. Never mind. Maybe you could cook it. It seems like it's probably pretty thoroughly cooked. Come on. I just want to go over here and get some more of those green mushrooms, the warp fungi, so I can get some more, replace my poor broken... Hey! And so then so it's really weird because like the first chapter of the adventure is like, here's this stone of galore, and then chapter 2 and 3 are sort of about it, but not really. And then chapter 4 is all like, yeah, stone of galore, let's finish this. Here's the bad guy. We did 0 quests related to our main bad guy. 0 between chapter 1 and chapter 4. They never showed up. We never saw their icon. We never talked to any of their people. And the book does not tell you that that's supposed to be in there. But I looked at the faction quests, and we didn't do all the faction quests because they're related to your level. And so when we were level 1, he made us do a bunch of the level 1 faction quests. And then we were level 2, we did a bunch of level 2 faction quests. Well, now we're level 5. Because his guide gave us too much fighting, and because we were doing XP leveling, it gave us too much XP. And so we leveled up a little faster than was his intention. And so... Oh. Wait, no, this is where I came from. Get out of there. Wait, I'm confused. Isn't this where I came from? Yeah. What? I'm so confused. There's totally a tunnel up there. Did I dig through a tunnel to get home? I must have. I just want some of those green mushrooms, man. And so, anyways, long story short, it's very weird to me the way the book is laid out, and because it doesn't guide you, into see, and then this drops us back out where I just came from. Because it doesn't guide you, not correctly, because it doesn't guide you comprehensively. Let's go with that. On how to tie your bad guy into the story. It's very, very disjointed. And my DM did not take the time to try and turn it into a cohesive storyline. And so I have not enjoyed it. I have not enjoyed it. And I will be glad when it is over. And we can start the next one, because the next one is a more combat-oriented dungeon crawl, and not so much of a run around not being allowed to research anything or solve any clues or anything like that, and then having to go to parties that we shouldn't be at to do things that we aren't equipped to do. Because it'll be a fun way to introduce the other bad guys that you didn't get to see. Like, yeah, I didn't really find that fun. The first 3 parts of the final 8 missions, that was pretty fun because it was, on the go, and one part leads to the next part and makes sense, but nothing up to that point made any sense. But now that we're at the end, it tells you, like, these are Xanathar's people. Oh, I didn't get my thing. These are Xanathar's people. They've got Xanathar's people's, tattoo, and, they're shouting about Xanathar, and they're telling us that Xanathar is gonna make us rue the day we ever, crossed him. Except that Xanathar has never been mentioned since Chapter 1. And we've been in Chapter 2 and 3 for months now. Alright, with that, click like if you like. Subscribe, be sure and catch the next one. And I will talk to you later.